Gojo was a goon-loving loser who couldn't rizz up a baddie like Gojo Satoru. But he gains his confidence when he meets Marin, a hot cosplayer who needs his help creating her costumes and is willing to repay him using other methods.
Yeah, boy.
After months of helping her, they start their next cosplay adventure, and Marin shows Gojo a show about chopped-looking Temu Powerpuff Girls who are assassins. But instead of being good at their job, these clapped, big melon Powerpuff Girls stink at their job more than your filthy mothers and blow themselves up during their missions. However, Gojo enjoys watching the show and shares his enthusiasm with Marin. Gojo asks her which character she wants to cosplay this time around, and she tells him that it's the black-haired girl with creamy plots called Alice. She expresses how much she loves Alice for how much of a cuckoo she is while still being nice, and shows him the exact scene Marin fell in love with her, where Alice first wore her assassin costume and got flustered with how much it made her look like a hoe. She adds that it makes her fall in love more that all the characters in the show wear bunny girl outfits, and it amazes Gojo just how much Marin loves bunny girl costumes. Marin informs him that no sane human being alive doesn't like bunny girls, and that bunny girl outfits are so goated that even multiple non-bunny related animes have characters wearing them for the fan service. Suddenly, Marin starts tweaking for bunny girls, and Gojo realizes just how cracked the outfits are. Then, Marin states that she learned so much from bunny girls that she believes the concept itself is eternal. And in that moment, Gojo relates the bunny outfits to his eternal love for Hina dolls, and completely agrees with her statement. With a newfound motivation, Gojo then tells Marin that he will start planning and designing her new costume. And while she's worried that he might be pushing himself, Gojo assures her that he has gotten used to costume making, and he wants to start right away. Marin wonders if she can help out, and suggests that they rent a studio to take photos. But that reminds Gojo of the time they almost bumped bellies, and he begs Marin to let him see the studio before booking them, and Marin promises that she will. She then shows him pictures from her cosplay friend, Suzuka, of a studio that Marin is looking to rent, and Marin gushes over how Suzuka's melons look so plump in her pictures. Just then, Marin offers Gojo some of her pucky. But when he tells her that he would like one, she puts one in her mouth and tempts him to take a bite and slowly get closer to her juicy lips. It causes Gojo's brain to malfunction, and Marin quickly tells him that she is joking, which he is relieved to hear. Then, while Gojo continues watching the show to get inspiration from, Marin feels fuzzy inside seeing him so invested. Suddenly, Noah pops up on the stairs, looking for Marin, and scolds Marin for now answering her texts. When she spots Gojo, she greets him and expresses how angry she is that Marin forgot to discuss their Halloween plans. To apologize, Marin feeds her some Pocky, which gets Noah's forgiveness, and they head to the cafeteria to discuss Halloween plans. But before leaving, Noah glances at Gojo watching the show, and wonders what his relationship with Marin really is. Then, on the weekend, Marin rides the train anxiously after Gojo invited her to come to his place, which she is excited about. While looking at the invitation text, she realizes that it's the first time Gojo has ever invited her to his place, and her mind wanders to possibly getting a home date or getting herself filled like a jelly donut. However, when she gets there, to her disappointment, she finds Gojo all gloomy after he failed in creating the costume perfectly according to the anime. Meanwhile, Marin is more disappointed that they're not having a home date, but quickly brushes it off so Gojo won't find out. Gojo then shows Marin how the bunny costume refuses to stay put on the melon section, which makes Gojo feel depressed about his own abilities. Marin suggests that they use alternatives like putting clear straps to prevent the top from falling, but Gojo feels that it will lose the charm of the costume, as it won't have the same effect as it did in the anime. Marin then suggests using a clip to make sure it stays skin tight, and while Gojo agrees, he's frustrated over it. So Marin decides that for now, they will use straps and urges Gojo they go buy some in that very moment, refusing to wait another second. Once they get to the material store, Gojo asks an old employee there for the clear straps and shows him the design he's creating. When the old man sees the bunny girl design, he is in shock and assumes that Gojo himself will be wearing them. But when the old prune sees the clear and honest light glimmering from Gojo's eyes, he can't help but wanting to help him out, not caring that this dude will be rocking a bunny outfit. Suddenly, Marin pops up from the bathroom and talks about how she's excited to wear the suit. and in that moment, the old man apologizes profusely. After clearing things up, they look for the straps, but the old man informs the duo that there is a way to secure the costume's top without clear straps, and it surprises the duo to hear that. The old man draws on the design and shows Gojo that, just like corsets, they can use bonings in the costume to prevent the top from falling. When hearing that, Marin asks the old man if using bonings would mean her top won't fall off, and when the old man assures her that it won't, Marin gets depressed, knowing that she won't get the chance to accidentally get her pepperonis out in front of Gojo. When they think it through, Gojo still can't believe he didn't think of using bonings, and the old man tells him that he was simply thinking too narrowly. Gojo gets depressed after hearing that, realizing that he got too confident lately that he got too sloppy. But the old man drops a gold nugget and tells Gojo that mistakes are simply a part of the process. After getting the bonings, they get the costume done, and Marin is excited to see it. Gojo asks Marin to try it on, and she's more than happy to do it, but in the middle of changing, she finds an issue. Gojo barges inside after hearing that, but to his shock, he walks into Marin in the middle of changing and sees her purple lace sticking out of the costume. Before he gets to paint his pants white, he shuts the door, and Marin apologizes while telling him that since the costume is designed that way, her plot cover can be seen. So she asks Gojo for a way out to prevent herself from going commando. But Gojo is tweaking on the other side of the door, trying to prevent his Slim Jim from becoming fat. Some days later, they meet up and go to the studio for the photoshoot. And to their amazement, the studio has multiple aesthetics fitting for different needs, which Marin is excited about. Marin then goes to change into her costume, and when Gojo looks around, he fully understands how cosplayers need the perfect background, which reminds him of how Hina dolls also need the perfect props to accompany them. Just then, Marin pops out to ask him if he still hates high-cut clothing, reminding him how much he hated it. But Gojo assures her that the only thing that hates those clothes are the tissues and Vaseline in his bedroom.
You naughty.
Moments later, Marin pops out in her full Alice costume, and while she's extremely excited with how good her costume looks from top to bottom, Gojo has already creamed when he saw the bottom, high-cut part of the costume. He asks her if she's not planning to take care of the exposed part, but Marin shows him that she's actually wearing skin-colored tights to make it seem like she's wearing nothing but her smoother-than-butter legs. But to Gojo, his hormones and his massive golden pickle, all they see is Marin looking like a total snack that will make him sin. Then, they start taking pictures, and while Marin is flawlessly posing for the camera, Gojo is having trouble keeping the camera straight while his Mr. Twinkie is begging to get out. Then, Marin moves on to a different section of the studio, and Gojo completely folds when he sees Marin in front of him with her rice cakes directly in his line of sight. Gojo quickly calls for a break, trying to get a breather from all the cream he released simultaneously. Marin pops up to tell him that while she does love Alice's design, she prefers another character's design in terms of stockings, and Gojo tells her that he never paid attention to the other characters. When she hears that, she quickly shows Gojo pictures of stockings she would love to wear, but Gojo completely freezes, questioning why Marin has a gooning-worthy folder filled with pictures of cheeks. It gives Marin an idea to create her version of a bunny outfit for Halloween, and it reminds Marin that the Halloween party is coming up, and she wants Gojo to join her to hang out with her friends. Then, at the Halloween party, everyone wears costumes, takes pictures, and enjoys their time. They end the night at the karaoke with Marin's friends, who consist of Noah, Kensei, Shiki, Ru, Dea. But while they all wear anime costumes, Gojo wears a full bear costume. The girls talk about how happy they are that the boys are with them, as Marin gets hit on a lot. Just then, Marin offers Gojo to sing a song or get himself a Halloween photo, but he rejects all of her offers, as deep down, Gojo feels anxious and wonders whether it's okay for him to tag along with their friend group. Suddenly, Marin's friends switch their attention to Gojo and ask him if he made all of Marin's costumes. When he tells them that he does the costumes and the makeup, one of the guy friends, Kensei, asks Gojo why a man like him knows how to do makeup. His question hits Gojo where it hurts, reminding him of how his childhood friend called him a freak for being a boy who likes dolls. But before Gojo gets to say anything, Shiki tells Kensei that it's normal for guys to know makeup, as his older brother goes to makeup classes. Marin tells everyone that Gojo knows his makeup because he owns a Hina doll shop. And while Gojo doesn't want her to reveal that, Kensei expresses how cool it is that he has that shop, as he once visited it and was amazed. In that moment, Gojo wonders why nobody calls him a creep for liking Hina dolls, and he realizes that the only person who ever called him a creep for liking dolls was his childhood friend. It gives him a moment of silence, a realization that maybe he is quite normal. Suddenly, Noah shouts, asking Gojo if he's dating Marin, which shocks him. Thank you for watching today's recap video. If you enjoy this recap, comment down below "Creamy Bunny Girls" and hit the like button for part 2.